Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on HITID. As you follow my channel, you'll know this is one of my favorite MJ plays. It just got uplisted here a while back, and this is one of my favorite MJ plays. They just keep growing, keep expanding, and don't know where this one's going to stop. So I've been really happy with this one, and we'll continue to hold it and buy any dips that I can get on this one. But again, this is HITID. Used to be HITIF, then I think it went to HITID, and now it's here on Robinhood. Any major exchange under HITI. Right here's where they got listed on June 3rd, and then of course it dropped off, went down for the next 2 weeks, and then kind of pulled back out of it. So right there would have been a good dip buy, but unfortunately I didn't get in right then. And I currently don't have any shares here on Robinhood of this one, but I do in a retirement, so might have to watch for another dip and get some here on Robinhood. Here's kind of a look at the last month. So it's not been doing too great since it got uplisted, but that's sometimes typical of MJ plays, but over the long run that doesn't matter. Just buy the dips and hold it, and it'll eventually go up. Here's a look at the last week. Not too bad of a last week, almost 13%. And here's a look at yesterday on Friday. Had a really good day. Could have got in for 807, ran up to 848, so had a 41-cent profit there if you'd have bought in and cashed out. But if you don't know what this one is, it's a MJ play. It's a smoking accessory lifestyle products. I've talked about them a lot. I love some of their names. They have Canna Cabana, Kush Bar, Grass City, and CBD City. I've talked about this one numerous times just because they keep growing, and each time I talk about them, it seems like they're adding 2-3 more stores. Last I knew, I think they were up to 88 locations. They're shooting for 115 by the end of the year. This one's been around since 2009. I don't think that's right. $396 million market cap. And here's a look at their earnings. Next one's coming up on June 23rd after hours, which that's already passed, I guess. So forgot what day it was. It doesn't look like Robinhood's updated. So here on Reuters, HITID continues to expand U.S. e-commerce presence through acquisition of Daily High Club. HITID continues to expand U.S. e-commerce presence through acquisition of Daily High Club Tide Incorporated. Transaction is immediately accretive. HITID Incorporated totally consideration to Daily High Club shareholders will be $10 million U.S. Moving on, HITID burning away its debt burdens. This is just dated 2 days ago. Publicly traded MJ company are being lauded for converting unsecured loans into equity so as to free up cash flow and improve financial flexibility. More specifically, the Canadian-founded HITID has removed its main obstacle to acquiring credit, and how can move forward with plans a non-dilutive commercial credit facility. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself, but they declared a price target of $16.23, suggesting a possible 12-month upside of 99%. So huge move on this one. HITID closed up Wednesday at a price of $8.15 per share. So make an argument in the comments. If I were to just buy one single MJ play, I'd probably be looking to purchase HITID right now outside of the ETFs that I have. And I talked about this the last time. The 5-star analyst also explained that HITID has been uplisted to the NASDAQ and more recently added to the advisor share, or yellow, which I've talked about here on the channel, ETF. You actually get a dividend back from this one. It's kind of a basket of 10, 12 MJ plays, plus you get that dividend, so you're not going to get rich off of it unless you have thousands of shares, but anything's better than nothing. Regarding its debt, Simple elaborated the year-to-date HITID has lowered its position by over $80 million and is now in a net cash position given its newfound liquidity. He hypothesized that HITID would be able to seek out mergers and acquisitions for the company's U.S. MJ accessory and hemp-derived CBD e-commerce business. And so, like I said, they just keep growing, keep adding stores, keep adding locations, and that's why I continue to follow this one. HITID acquires U.S.-based Daily High Club for $10 million. Kind of already touched on this again from yesterday, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through for those of you that like to pause, or else you can go straight to the source on MarketWatch. And kind of some of the same information in there. Over here to Insider. HITID continues to expand U.S. e-commerce presence through acquisition of Daily High Club. This is again dated yesterday. Globally totaling 91 million site visits in 2020, including 23 million associated with Daily High Club alone. HITID gains access to Daily High Club's over 15,000 subscription box members who are ideal customers for HITID to potentially launch MJ subscription boxes in the event of the U.S. federal legalization. So they've really been keeping an eye on the United States for the federal legalization, and whenever that happens, I'm sure they're just going to explode here in the United States. Probably end up like being McDonald's or something, somewhere close to it. So HITID bolsters its online presence by gaining access to Daily High Club's almost 800,000 followers on Instagram and 75,000 on TikTok. With 1 million accessories sold under the Daily High Club, HITID adds a company to its portfolio with proven brand equity. So all kinds of things are going on here for HITID. So again, they're a retail-focused MJ corporation enhanced by the manufacturing and distribution of consumption accessories. Pursuant to HITID Incorporated, will acquire 100% of the issued outstanding or the transaction operating as Daily High Club. So like I said, I've covered this one a couple times. I'll go ahead and link those in the description so you can watch those as well. Get some more information on HITID. But in alignment with our intention to become a dominant player in the United States e-commerce marketplace through a combination of organic growth and accretive acquisitions, specifically targeting businesses with strong brand loyalty. And feel free to pause and go over the rest. But last, it should say it here somewhere. Last I knew, I think they had 88 locations, and like I said, their goal is to hit 115 by the end of the year, and I have no doubt in my mind that they will not hit that. Could hit it before the end of the year, so we'll just have to wait and see. So this kind of goes over some analysts' predictions. I can't talk today. So I'm just going to scroll through some of this information over here to Reddit, and this still has HITIF, and don't really think they have anything updated in there. I'll go over here to StockTwits, currently at $8.33, $1.47 on the low, $13.29 of the high. Higher functioning foresight, discerning trends, likelihoods, and profit harbors. Data. And not much other information in there. And currently at 833, and I love these ratings on this. That is just blows me away on a MJ play. That's almost 100% upside of 1624. So if you're looking to get into one based on the ratings, this would be the one. But again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. Have to do your own due diligence on this one. And If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, following Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.